Okay, starting from the lobby door, this is where the IX 2100 will be going. This, we have the power lines, drop-down lines for the units. The floor, each one of the drop-down lines are exactly where Canon told us to drop those lines. It's marked on the floors. So this is how they mark it: P2, 220. And that's pretty much how we have. They mark reference points on where the unit will be starting. They also let us know where units will be. I can't see that. Units, like the decks and the corners of the machine, will be. They also let you know how much of a clearance we need for doors to open and how much of a clearance is needed for install for the forklift. Brain fart. Anyways, I had these counters removed so that we have ample space to be able to move around. Because the space here was so close to this counter space, I had them remove half of it, which came out really nice. So now we still have another workstation over here. The bathrooms we have there. Again, this is the whole entire space for the unit. This is the air compressor connection. They require it to have a 5-foot reach at 5 foot for emergency shutoff, and then also a 5-foot hose extension. The blue line coming out is the water from the reverse osmosis, and I'll show you where that's installed, which from this spot is over in that corner right there. I went to DC to see how they had theirs installed. We're utilizing where a sink was. I had them remove the sink from here so we can utilize the drain for the reverse osmosis, and also the water supply that was here for that sink. This would be the end of the unit right here. It's actually the end of the Borg unit. The end of the actual IX 2100 is left side right here. So from this spot to that spot, which is about 22 feet, is the Borg extension. The main power has not been dropped. That will go here. That is a direct connect. And as you can see, they marked the floor for the main power. And that will be coming out of a conduit right here from the ceiling. They have it piped. They just haven't dropped it. They're waiting for the unit to be delivered to finish that power. We have storage for our paper so it can be acclimated to the environment and go into the machine. Again, workstations. This is where the 10,000 will be placed. So we had several sinks that were removed and ones that we kept. This is where the 2 black and white units will go. Previously there were monitors attached to the walls along with chairs for the dialysis. We had a sink removed from here. It was non-functional and the pipes were no good, so we just capped it off, and I'll just put a cabinet here. This is where all of our finishing units will go. This is the C800 from South Carolina, so that will be moved to a different area. and we probably won't use it very long. All of the finishing equipment will be installed along this wall. This is our shrink wrap, which will be going into the receiving area or shipping area. We have this whole entire space that's set up with network drops and power for other equipment, our Duplo, and other folders that are at St. Mary's Hospital. We had this wall taken out and the double doors installed. The only access to the area was a small door. These doors are 8 feet high and 4 feet wide, each one of them. We had these doors installed so that the IX2100 can be brought in. This is where the wide format was going to reside, and it's in Toledo now. This area will be all for paper storage. Now, this would be our shipping area. I had them build a small counter space. We'll have mostly shelves and for supplies, box supplies, and room to keep things on pallets and be able to utilize the pallet jack. We have plenty of network drops and power for printers and a workstation. Again, the doors that were here had been removed, and the 8-foot by 4-foot doors have been put in its place. We utilized more air from the air compressor for possibly power tools in the future that we may use for shipping. Canon sent both of these ladders for install. They've also sent some tool cabinets, not the bed. These are the chiller units that we'll be using until our HVAC unit has been installed. And this is the air compressor. And where we placed it, it has to have a direct power connection. It's roughly 5 feet tall, about 6 feet wide or more, and about 4.5, 5 feet wide. We do have a water release valve to keep any condensation that has built up in the tank so it doesn't rust. We need to get a drain for that. And the direct power connection. So the entrance for our shop is very close to the dock and a ground receiving.